Sorry, that comeback from break screen just, or the words are hard, guys. I can't words. You know what? Let's just watch StarCraft so I don't have to words anymore. All right, spawning in the upper right-hand corner, our red Protoss player for Team Liquid, MaNa. And his opponent in the lower left, the blue Protoss, playing for Ting, Neeb. Both of these players have been around a while. MaNa has been around since basically the start of StarCraft 2. He's been playing, he's had a few teams, but he's been on Liquid for a long time. I was just talking about earlier how he was showing some love to a player who's, this was his first tournament bracket ever, and he was saying he's a little nervous, and MaNa was giving him some words of encouragement. I thought that was really cool. And of course, we've got our boy Neeb over here, the American Protoss. Well, I guess that's Canning. But Neeb, pretty classically the best American player historically in StarCraft 2. He's had some really great runs, taking home some big tournament wins. And looking forward to seeing these guys play each other. Seeing this PvP. Ooh, MaNa with a cheeky proxy pylon. Now that's, PvP is all about the proxy pylons. Whether you use it or not, it's all about the proxy pylons. Cybercores are about to finish. We're going to see what MaNa wants to do here. Neebs is back at home. His second pylon, that is. Oh, we have a Robo. So proxy Robo has become very common in PvP. It's one of the more common builds. Ooh, and Neeb's going to see that probe coming from this direction. Should be able to spot this relatively soon. This is a nice scouting pattern for this probe. He's got the clicks all over the place. Look at this. He's checking every corner. He's even checking this path on the way back. Spots the Robo and gets out of there. He's got Quad Stalker coming up, so he's taking this very seriously. And I think he needs to. I'm not sure exactly what the plan is here for MaNa, but it's to get a lot of stuff out. No, in a Stargate. I like the Stargate as a defensive tool. Dropping down the shield battery as well. So it's going to be Immortal first. Really wants to get the pressure on his opponent, not going for any Warp Prism shenanigans or anything like that. Straight to the damage dealers. Neeb's moving out with 4 Stalkers, but he's going to find 4 Stalkers in the map for MaNa. See that Stalker micro. All right, nice pullbacks. Oh, Neeb, got to be careful. This one's very weak. Oh, this one gets targeted down. MaNa from the backside with the Immortal. However, they do just trade 2 Stalkers for 2. We got double Adept out right now. The Warp Gates are warping. Okay, there's the recall going down. He needs those Stalkers at home. There's a Void Ray being chronoed out as well. We need another Warp in. We need a Warp in. Shield batteries are going to help here a lot. And Adepts, first of all, don't take a ton of damage from Immortals. And they do a bit better versus them than Stalkers do. Void Ray is going to just focus on the Warp Prism. Oh, turns on to hit the Stalker. This Warp Prism is super low. MaNa's got to get the hell out of there. Picks up the Immortal and leaves. Void Ray is going to come over and heal up at the shield batteries. MaNa is still pushing. He's pushing hard. He's got another Immortal coming out. He's going to drop down the Robo Bay. Just have another gateway coming up for Neeb. So he's taking this very seriously again. He's not expanding. He's just defending. This is a lot of stuff here for MaNa, but there's 2 Voids. 2 Voids going to help a lot, especially since his Warp Prism is so low. If he can take that Warp Prism out, ooh, that could be really nice here for Neeb. Neeb really doesn't want to turn these Void Rays on unless he sees MaNa go for the big dive. Shield batteries are getting low. Oh, he misses the He misses the block, but the Adepts don't finish their shade anyways. One of the shield batteries goes down. And the Immortals are going to drop into the main base. I think he needs to send the Void Rays up there. He's going to send the shade out to see what's going on. Nothing goes in the main. Ooh, he's actually just going to try to attack here. I think this is really smart. Oh my god, Neeb has so much. These Void Rays turn on and just crush the Stalker count. Absolutely destroyed. And then the Adepts are going to shade forward. Adepts are so strong here. None of this deals much damage versus Adepts. And MaNa is in a lot of trouble as the counter push is coming across. And look at the army supply, 38 to 21 now. 2 Immortals here and a third one. Oh no, a Disruptor coming up. Okay, Disruptor could be very good if Neeb's not paying attention. He's going to have to split. But the Void Ray is going to take out some units. Well, Nova not getting it done. Not quite getting it done. So Neeb, is Neeb going to keep pushing? I feel like he should. He's going to send the Adepts up one more time. Might leave 2 of them in there? No, not even going to do that. He wants to go kill this Robo first. I'm a little surprised, actually, that Neeb's backing off. He's up so much army supply. He does have to be careful of the Disruptors. Maybe he doesn't want any more Disruptors coming from the backside and surprising him. Phoenix out now as well. That Phoenix could patrol the backside. He's got another Phoenix coming. Yeah, I think this is smart. If he keeps the Phoenix at home patrolling, that means his War Prism just can't do anything. MaNa hasn't used Recall at all, so he could recall this Warp Prism once he sees the Phoenix, but he's going to need to. So there's no speed on this. Disruptor might be able to get a kill if he drops it, but now better to just recall, play it safe, and make sure that Prism gets home. Low health, but home. And this PvP is a little insane, but Neeb's got a Nexus up behind this. That's probably why he fell back. Fell back, got his Nexus up, he's getting up a Forge, and MaNa's moving out in the middle of the map. Ooh, the lift up on the Disruptor. The Phoenix really playing into this, and that's going to be GG. There's just not enough here for MaNa. His army's too small. He needed a massive Disruptor hit to actually win this. And Neeb takes game number 1 with a really solid 1-base defense against the proxied Robo. Really well played by Neeb. Zambigrab is in this series with us. I think she might have been actually following MaNa basically the whole day. I know there was somebody, I don't know who, I know there was somebody casting MaNa's first series. That's why I didn't end up casting it. It's possible that it was Zambigrab. She's just been chilling on MaNa's series the whole game, the whole time here. All right, we're getting into game 2. It's going to be on Nightshade. Nightshade. We'll see if this one gets as interesting as the last one did. Let's hop on in, shall we? Spawning in the right bottom side, our red Protoss player for Team Liquid, MaNa. And his opponent in the top left. In the blue, it is Ting's Neeb. So, PvPs. Still a very interesting matchup. It's funny, it doesn't always get quite that crazy, like, one-base shenaniganry. But MaNa with that proxy Robo and Neeb with the one base response. Sometimes you see a player try to expand and hold. But I think Neeb taking that as seriously as he did ended up working out really well for him, and maybe it caught MaNa off guard when all of a sudden Neeb had like 14 adepts or something crazy like that. MaNa's a fighter too. One thing I really like about MaNa is he's not somebody to leave a game early. Usually, as far as I remember, I don't remember him leaving any games super early. In fact, I remember him kind of sticking in games for a long time when it felt like he was dead. And I think that's like a really good skill to have. I know Bly kind of subscribes to the same philosophy. Like, if you have in your mind like a plan, a way that you could feasibly still win, if you're like, okay, if I do X, Y, and Z, and maybe he makes a mistake or two, I can still win this, then you should stay in the game. And I totally believe that. I totally believe that. Damn, MaNa going for another proxied robo. This one in a very weird location. It's not even really a proxy. This is more like a hidden robo. It's pretty unlikely Neeb scouts this, I think. That's not a place you'd normally scout for anything, because it's not a place you'd usually drop any sort of tech. Nate Diggity, you know it, my dude. You know it. That's how we do it here. Every weekend, baby. Cast in the Korea. We just stream right through until we're cast in the EU one. And I'm telling you, one of these days I'm gonna plan it so that I can stay up and cast the NA1 too. That's how it's gonna happen. But I hope you guys out there are enjoying the casts, enjoying the games. I love getting to cast these every week. This has been one of the most rejuvenating things to my stream. I was having a lot of struggles in like November and December. Especially December was a really rough month for me in and out of the stream. And January, getting the news of ESL continuing on 3 years, of the weekly cups, it was actually incredible. All right, we got action in our game. This time Neeb is going to try to hold with the Nexus. The Stargate is just now finishing up. What is he going to get out of it? Nothing yet. Okay, there's the Void Ray, chronoing out the Void Ray. He's got a couple of shield batteries and some sentries to block off. The Warp Prism is going to be pretty key here. Oh, I like the Adept sending this out, saying, hey, what you got going, bud? What you got cooking? Ah, I see, some sentries. All right. Not a lot here for Neeb, but it should be enough. Ooh, going straight into the main. I don't mind that. Blocking off this low ground and then going down to the low ground. MaNa with the cheeky moves. He's even still got another force field. Yep, he puts it down. Shield Battery's keeping these units alive for a long time. The Void Ray is going to come out. And MaNa's got to be careful here. Shield Battery's out of energy, though. Neeb also has to be careful, but it looks like Neeb is actually holding. Second Immortal comes up and has something to say about that. Shield Battery's trying desperately to regain some energy to heal these units. Neeb's barely mining from this Nexus, but if he's able to hold this Nexus, that's going to be massive here for Neeb. MaNa's continuing to push on. The Warp Prism, or the Void Ray, fighting the Stalkers. And the Void Ray goes down. We have a second Void Ray about to come out, but I think it's too late. Another Warp in of Stalkers here, and there's just going to be too many units for Neeb to actually hold on. He's going to turn the Void Ray on. Focusing down the Stalkers. He's got to pull back. Again, if he had some shield batteries in the main or something, I think it could be good. But there's just not enough here. Hot pickups from MaNa are quite good. MaNa doesn't have a Nexus behind this, so he needs to do some good damage. He's not killing this Nexus. He's going straight for the throat. This Void Ray is nowhere near done, but the probes are pulled, and it is too late for Neeb. GG is called, and MaNa ties the series up 1-1 with his cheeky little proxy robo working out for him that game, because Neeb didn't scout it. Shows you the power of scouting. All right, getting ready for game number 3. Got that invite. Again, ZG is in here casting this one as well, so if you're like, man, this game is so good, but I gotta mute this fucking streamer, you can go check out Zombie Grub's channel, because she's awesome. And she's been doing a podcast too. You should check out her YouTube, Caster Calls with Zombie Grub. Been really enjoying them. Episode 1 was with Fear Dragon, episode 2 was with Minardo. She said who episode 3 was going to be with, but I don't remember off the top of my head. And I think Tempo's episode 4. It's going to be good shit. So you should check that out. I've been really enjoying those. All right, let's get into the game. We're going to Eternal Empire for game number 3. All tied up here, spawning in the lower left-hand corner. A red Protoss for Team Liquid. MaNa. And his opponent in the upper right, in the blue for Ting, Neeb. So we'll see if MaNa wants to go for the proxied Robo 3 games in a row here. I mean, hey, you might as well do it if you're gonna do it, right? Oh, I want to check it out. Okay, we got the Axiom logo this time. Little Total Biscuit remembrance. Gotta check it out. You know what I mean? Every now and then, we'll get a Zelnaga tower that doesn't have either. And I'm like, hey, what you doing, bud? Give me one of those. I like it though. I think it's a nice remembrance token to have in the game. What's up, Yogurt Flinger? Going for that dab. Dab diggity dab. All right, Neeb's scouting. He's gonna scout for that second pylon, and he's not gonna see it because that second pylon, oh wait, is down here. Is he gonna see it? He's not gonna see it. I was right. Looks like maybe a third pylon's gonna be going up here. What's the point of hiding the second pylon if you're proxying the third pylon? Okay, maybe he's not proxying a third pylon. He just wants Neeb to think he is. Look at that. Neeb not scouting the back. You gotta scout it, baby. Baby got back. So now Neeb's gonna be spending precious mining time scouting all around looking for this proxy, which absolutely doesn't exist. MaNa's probe gets taken out. What is Neeb's plan here? It looks like he wants to just take the expansion. He's maybe not too afraid. Feeling like maybe if he done a couple things different last game, he could have held. So we'll make those adjustments if need be, or thinking maybe it's a pylon but not a proxy, which is kind of what it is. It's a pylon. Oh my god. It's a pylon but not a proxy. As we can see, MaNa is taking his own Nexus at just the same time. Unit-wise, dead even. MaNa's a little bit ahead on probes, probably because the income slightly in his favor because of all that scouting, but maybe just an extra chrono on this. I love the the fake Oracle coming in, trying to get him to pull probes. Didn't work here though. MaNa too big brain for the Haluk Oracle to work. And yeah, things looking pretty solid for both these guys. There's a, well, there's Blink on the way, so Twilight is done. Forge is started up here for MaNa. Neeb starting his own Twilight Council is a bit later though. Interestingly, choosing to wait a little bit on that tech. Wonder if there's a specific reason for that, or if he's just not prioritizing it. I guess maybe we could see a different version of the build. Maybe instead of opening Blink, he'll just go straight to charge. His Forge is also later though too. No Robo for either player yet either. That's what surprises me. Usually if you see the later Twilight and Forge, it's because there's an earlier Robo, but no such luck. Neeb does have a Proxy Pylon though. It looks like he's gonna be able to squeeze a couple of Adepts in here. Ooh, nice force field. Man, the blocks here are really good. Neeb gets 2 kills. The Adepts go down. Yeah, nice little hidden Proxy Pylon here for Neeb. More gateways going down, and is Blink and +1 for Neeb, so he is just behind here. I guess his unit count's a little bit ahead, so maybe that's why. He's got 1 more sentry. But worker count's still slightly in MaNa's favor, and the tech is definitely in his favor. He's gonna have Blink quite a bit earlier. I mean, this Blink is still like 40 or 50 seconds away. Maybe a little less with the Chrono Boost. But it all comes down to if MaNa actually utilizes it earlier. I think the +1 might be a bit more impactful, especially if MaNa starts +2 immediately. Keeping that upgrade lead, usually going to be more impactful. Third base is going down for both players. Again, slightly ahead for MaNa. It feels like Neeb's slipping a little bit in this game. Just falling a tiny bit behind, but again, he's a little bit up in that unit count. His Robo is a little bit ahead. So there's something that Neeb has going for him. Yeah, and his Blink is about to finish right as MaNa first uses his. And both players get in charge. But yeah, look at this. +2 is going to end up quite a bit ahead of Neeb's +1. And that might be a big factor. As +2 finishes, it's not going to be a factor for +1, but good things to keep an eye on moving forward. Just like this little SE2 chicken. Beautiful, beautiful noises. Oh, more gateways coming up. We should see a Templar Archives here. Oh, there it is. We should see one for Neeb at some point too. Hey, look at that. Sometimes I feel clairvoyant, you know? Neeb's moving out with a lot of Stalkers, dude. But, you know, he just decided not to blink that one, I guess. 12 to 8 Stalkers. 12 Stalkers feels like a lot in a PvP. Oh, a couple workers going down. What was that? Adepts? Must have been Adepts. Looks like a couple workers going down there for Neeb. MaNa taking them out. MaNa has taken the supply lead right now. Mostly in army. As Neeb is a little bit ahead in probes at this point. Oh, charge is finished for MaNa already. It's about to finish for Neeb. Neeb's got to be careful with these Stalkers. Does some chip damage. Doesn't really get much done. Not too surprising. But man, MaNa is jumping ahead in terms of army supply. 63 to 45 right now. We're going to need to see some chrono boosting out of Neeb here to get these units out. He is floating a shit ton of money right now. Is he supply blocked? No? Alright, just waiting to warp in. Finally warps in a ton of stuff and catches right back up in supply. I was a little worried there for a minute, but there you go. Oh, Observer's gonna see each other. And Neeb's Observer goes down, gets blunked upon. This pylon gets blunked upon. There you go. Rip pylon. Ooh, these 2 Stalkers might get a little caught. MaNa paying attention, blinks back. Oh, there was something up here. Oh no, Neeb not paying attention. His blink was on cooldown. Loses a few Stalkers there. Grabs a Zealot on the retreat though. And grouping his army together. He is up in army supply right now. Oh, but that +2. Okay, it's not going to make a difference. That's going to end up being really fortuitous for Neeb. MaNa was not super on the ball with that attack in terms of his +2. So the upgrades will remain equalized. And +3 seems to be a little bit closer between them. We'll see, though. Could end up making a difference. Luke Phoenix looking for some information, but it looks like they're both going to die before getting anywhere. That's actually pretty important because there are Colossi coming out of MaNa and Thermal Lance, which is weird. Neeb's making Disruptors, which to me is way less weird. The thing is Colossi aren't particularly good versus Archons or Stalkers or Immortals. They're pretty okay versus Charged Zealots, but just kind of okay. And they kill sentries, so, you know, there's that. But Disruptors are kind of good versus all of those units. Blink Stalkers have the most mobility against them, but everything dies to them equally. Oh, and Neeb gonna catch him off guard. The Blink on top of the Disruptor, although that puts these guys right in the path of the Charged Zealots. Another Blink. Oh, and the Nova doesn't go off once again. So far, a nice defense here for MaNa against those Disruptors. Oh, and the recall home. Neeb losing a lot, being a little scared there, but gets out with a lot of his army and maintains the army supply lead. Barbecue time, Eche Fatum. Thanks for hanging out, my dude. Have a great night. Enjoy your barbecue. Both players getting their 4th bases up. Neeb has shot ahead in terms of workers, though. 76-61. Yeah, I thought maybe I missed a big harass or something, but it just feels like MaNa never probed up this base. Oh, and he's completely blocked his Vespian Geyser with this cannon. Oh, I hate that. And it feels like Neeb is going to be jumping ahead now. +3 is finished for both players, so they're on even upgrades. We'll see if anybody goes into shields after this, or even armor. Shields, I think, would be better, but, you know, armor's not bad. Oh, wait. Oh, this one's Axiom. And this one is in control. Look at that. I love it. I mean, we do have a PvP, so, you know. Jeff's got to be here somewhere. Oh, man. Massive warp-in the natural here for MaNa. He's going to get on top of some of these probes. Neeb sending his army over here, but keeping a decent chunk on this side. But did he split correctly? And can his Novas get any connections? Well, the Phoenix lifted them up before they sent anything out, so they should both be off cooldown. No, picks that one up. He picks the other one up. I don't know if Neeb has enough here, but with warp-ins, he may be able to hold on. Yeah, and it looks like the answer to that is yes. And I'm not a huge fan of Colossi, and this is part of the reason why. Ooh, a nice Nova connects on the backside, and the blink forward. Colossus just not that good versus these units. Charged Zealots and Stalkers when the Colossi don't have that buffer underneath of the Archons and the Zealots. They just fall over like the giant long-necked giraffes they are. We have Disruptors coming out now. And Neeb is pushing forward. Neeb is up 100, army supplied at 29. And he's just going to push on in here. And I don't think there's any way for MaNa to hold on. Okay, DTs are a good way for MaNa to hold on. There's no observer here. And MaNa's like, ha ha, you don't have detection. Oh, a Disruptor Nova grabs 3 of the 4 DTs. Observer and Oracle on the way. There are cannons at the bases. I think all the bases have at least 1 cannon. Some more coming up. I think this base could use a cheeky one like over here would be nice. There you go. DT just going to hold the watchtower in the meantime. A DT holding the in control watchtower. Do I have any ink Ds in chat? Can I get an ink D in chat, please? Kills that base, not even a cancel. MaNa hoping for the glorious Nova hit. He gets 1. He actually gets some decent Nova connections there, but the Archons tough it out, and he gets his own Nova shots off. And there's just too much here for Neeb. He's even got the long leg giraffes in the back. Now, my friends, is going to be GG. Game number 3. Going to Neeb. A really, really good PvP between these guys.